Tens of thousands of degrees of lava are rapidly flowing toward the city at a speed visible to the naked eye. Seeing that the water cannons can no longer hold it back, the firefighters have no choice but to retreat behind the barricades. At this point, all the fire trucks in the city are in position, with their fronts pressed tightly against the barricades. Suddenly, the mayor issues an order for all firefighters to turn off their water cannons and wait until the lava reaches the road, then concentrate their firepower to completely extinguish the lava. All the firefighters grip their water cannons tightly. They stared intently at the rapidly approaching lava, but when the lava reached the barricades, the tremendous impact pushed all the fire trucks back several meters, making even the firefighters start to feel nervous. Everywhere the lava flowed instantly turned into a sea of fire under temperatures of tens of thousands of degrees, and the fiery red lava kept surging, about to break through the barricades and spread out. Just then, the rescue helicopter arrived in time, and the mayor immediately gave the order. Thousands of tons of water were immediately sprayed onto the lava. In the blink of an eye, steam generated by the high temperatures filled the entire street, and the air even took on the scent of a sauna. As the steam increased, the lava stopped flowing and began to harden. With their close cooperation, they finally managed to resolve the crisis. But just as everyone was celebrating, a sudden phone call made the mayor tense up again. While they had successfully stopped the lava from spreading, it suddenly erupted from a nearby hospital. The height even surpassed the hospital's main entrance. If the problem couldn't be solved at its source, then the thousands of people inside the hospital would be doomed. Faced with such an urgent situation, can they successfully resolve the crisis? Meanwhile, the subway tunnel is also about to be filled with lava, and in order to save the injured passengers in the carriage, a man finds himself in a desperate situation. As he watches the scalding lava spread beneath his feet, his teammates urge him to escape and save himself, but the man doesn't hesitate at all and jumps down. At the very moment he lands, he throws the passenger he was holding toward his teammates, while he himself is swallowed by the scorching lava. But how did lava suddenly appear in the city? Because 2 days earlier, a minor earthquake struck the city. Although the earthquake was not very strong, it still destroyed some infrastructure. But when the construction workers went to inspect the situation, something strange happened. Only one worker managed to crawl out, and he was severely burned. The construction supervisor believed it was due to a damaged heating pipe, but the mayor felt something was off. So, together with a colleague, he went to the tunnel to investigate. At this point, the temperature inside the pipe had already reached 70 degrees Celsius. Soon, the two of them discovered a hole emitting steam, and the thermometer showed that the temperature was still rising. Suddenly, the tunnel began to shake violently, and the thermometer in their hands suddenly broke. Their equipment also began to melt under the intense heat. Realizing the danger, the two of them immediately ran for their lives, and managed to close the emergency door just a second before the surge arrived, narrowly avoiding being steamed alive. Once they reached the surface safely, still shaken, he realized just how serious the situation was. He immediately called in the geologist, Xiao Mei. Xiao Mei discovered that the temperature of the lake water had risen by 8 degrees in a single day. Based on this, he deduced that the continental plates had shifted, and if a fissure formed, underground magma would gush out through the crack. To confirm his hypothesis, Xiao Mei called his colleagues and returned to the tunnel to investigate again. Unexpectedly, another earthquake struck, and a large hole suddenly opened up beneath their feet. A colleague tragically lost their life amidst screams, and the entire city was plunged into darkness by the earthquake. As mayor, Zhuang immediately rushed to take command, but when an unexpected situation occurred, he was blasted into the air by a burst of steam, just like a lid being blown off. Then lava and rocks erupted from the ground. A fire truck was also struck by a giant boulder falling from the sky. Zhuang immediately left his daughter behind to rescue people, but just as he went forward to check the situation, more underground lava surged out and flowed toward their car. His daughter was terrified by the scene before her eyes. Zhuang reacted quickly, grabbed his daughter, and jumped out of the car with her. By this time, the lava had already flowed in front of the fire truck, and there was still a firefighter trapped inside. Although his teammates tried to save him as quickly as possible, they couldn't catch up with the moving fire truck, which was soon swallowed up. As the amount of lava gradually increased, the surrounding buildings also caught fire. However, this was just the beginning. An even greater disaster was yet to come. At this moment, the lava began to surge along the underground pipelines, and at the end of those pipelines was a hospital where tens of thousands of people were taking shelter. At this point, the geologist Xiao Mei did a quick calculation and realized that the lava would reach there in half an hour. If it surged into the hospital, tens of thousands of lives would be lost. Just then, the situation changed again. Suddenly, someone had an idea. He planned to divert the lava flow into the drainage pipes, which were connected to the sea. As long as they could guide the lava into the ocean, the crisis could be resolved. He immediately instructed everyone to evacuate the hospital while simultaneously organizing and deploying the entire plan. However, at this moment, Xiao Mei discovered a flaw in the plan. The hospital was located at the lowest point in the area. If the lava broke through the pipes and flowed onto the ground, the hospital would still be doomed. Just as the mayor was at a loss, the building in front of him gave him inspiration. He decided to blow up the building to block the spread of the lava and force it to flow toward the drainage area as planned. He immediately led the demolition team toward the building, placing explosives while evacuating people. A few minutes later, just as predicted, the lava emerged from the ground beside the hospital, and by this time, all the explosives had been installed. But just as the demolition expert was about to detonate, Brother Zhuang noticed a boy walking out of the building. He immediately used his walkie-talkie to order a halt to the explosion, but when he turned his head, his expression changed drastically. His own daughter was also coming down from the building. Without time to think, he leapt forward in a rush. At that moment, all the explosives were triggered. At the very last moment before the building was about to collapse, he managed to grab his daughter, and their figures disappeared behind the ruins of the building. This stopped the flood from flowing into the drainage area as planned, then along the city's canals, and finally into the nearby sea. Amidst the mist of water vapor, the crisis was finally resolved. Brother Zhuang then crawled out from the debris, and both his daughter and the little boy were safe and sound. After surviving the disaster, the people would continue to build their beautiful home.